Hey guys, Kevin Cage back with another daily cryptocurrency update. Welcome to the channel. Like and subscribe if you like what you see, and let's get right into the information today, one take and uncut. So to kick things off, we have Stephen Diep sharing this. This is Brian Kerr of Kava Labs, very bright individual. I believe he did an interview with Brad Kimes on Brad Kimes' channel. It was really cool to see, and this guy, he's a young guy, but he knows what he's talking about. And basically in this clip, he talks about being at a Ripple event the night before, and of course this, podcast was actually done this month, and was just saying that, Ripple is talking about XRP day in and day out, and just talking about all about DeFi, ensuring XRP is one of the primary assets used when anyone in the future will be interacting with a DeFi, a decentralized finance application. He says that, other assets besides Ethereum will be built upon more and more, and I agree, and I believe that one of the primary assets that will be built upon and are being built upon today will be XRP. Mark my words, guys. Look at Spring. Look at the investments in terms of gaming. Look at the investments in all of these different sectors and all of the SDK kits being spread out. It's happening in front of our eyes. So again, Ripple wants, and this is kind of just being a synopsis of this. So Ripple wants to be the open platform for money. Ripple wants XRP, which their core focus, to be one of the main assets to be used when someone's interacting with these DeFi applications. So again, cool interview. Highly recommend you guys check it out, even if it's just on 2x speed and, you just get a taste of it. It's always good information. So thank you, Stephen, for sharing. Next up, we got El Crypto King tagging me in this article. I honestly am not sure who makes these articles. But again, guys, I'm sure everybody listened to Alex Holmes, CEO of MoneyGram, talking about not XRapid, formerly XRapid, now ODL, on-demand liquidity with XRP. And everybody just, every time something is said, they take it out of wording, and they just exaggerate it and create a FUD campaign. And they're talking about how MoneyGram's not holding XRP, and everyone's freaking out saying, why? Obviously, it's because of regulations. Why is Alex Holmes not holding XRP? Why would he say he is? There may be NDAs if he is. And if he is not allowed to hold XRP, he most likely would have his friends or family or even wife hold it. Again, they don't want a conflict of interest there. It makes sense. And one person down here below says exactly what I was thinking. Paris and Schutz, they say they don't hold it. MoneyGram doesn't hold it for regulation clarity reasons. They don't want to be taxed on every single on-demand liquidity transaction. So for now, they don't. So for now, they don't want to hold it any more time necessary than a transaction. Exactly, guys. They're holding it very quickly just to transfer it, period. All right. And now, simply for a couple of minutes, and Alex Holmes, yes, he does clearly express this in the interview. So everybody trying to create articles saying, XRP, nobody's going to hold it. No, custodians, no banks, no FIs are going to custody the asset. That is false. We're waiting for regulatory clarity. All right. And as this asset appreciates, more and more people are going to catch the trend besides us retail investors, and they will hold it as well. And that's going to further reduce the circulating supply. All right, next, and then Zach Shikin just had a good point I wanted to share. So at some point, the mental gymnastics needed to exclude Ripple XRP from the conversation will become too difficult. And basically in reference to all of these groups basically saying the pain point is liquidity, we need interoperability, we need some form of cross-border protocol to ease the friction. They're using all of the keywords Ripple has been using since 2012. And basically you can see them almost trying to struggle to say it without directly saying the asset XRP or without saying the fintech company Ripple. All right, now the use of on-demand liquidity, which solely uses XRP, period, and that's what we want as investors, will grow to a scale where it's impossible not to discuss. $100 million transacted by one company, MoneyGram, in only one corridor, the Mexican peso corridor, in under 6 months. That is nothing, guys. And again, you have to have the large scale picture. We've seen Brad Garlinghouse making all kinds of predictions about, we expect XRapid volume back in the day when he called it XRapid to, surpass 1 billion volume or transaction volume. I'll have to confirm that before 2020. And I want to know exactly what he meant, because if not, we have a long way to go. And I saw some people discussing that on Twitter as well, and I wholeheartedly agree. So MoneyGram, they are just getting juiced up, and they're only at 10% volume through this corridor. So right away, they could be pumping, 10 times 10, 1 billion volume. And so this leads me to a lot of questions, guys. I mean, honestly, we know Alex Holmes, CEO of MoneyGram, has already said, yes, I've called Brad personally. We want to ramp things up. And suddenly we're finding out that Ripple is actually the one slowly onboarding these customers. And they're waiting for Ripple to add more clients. And provide that necessary liquidity so that they can actually have all of the corridors between those corridors and those payment highways available and open. So it makes sense for them to have all of those savings that, obviously I keep saying XRapid in my head, on-demand liquidity provides. So something to question, guys. Stay skeptical, keep asking questions, and that is one thing that I'm looking, to come to light in the coming year. All right, next up, we're going to finish off with this. So Spyro shared this. So European Parliament adopts resolution supporting international digital economy tax. So basically regarding the EU and this, not necessarily a flat tax, but a digital economy tax, because obviously we're moving towards a digital economy. And one question he asks here is, now why would the European Parliament adopt an international digital economy tax? Now keep in mind, this is merely proposed, and let's just keep an eye here. So whenever I say MEPs, this is the members of the European Parliament. So again, they're keeping pressure right here, as you can see here, urging the EU to create its own digital tax policy should a global deal not be reached by 2021. And again, talking about, the single market functioning smoothly, safeguarding a level playing field of all types of firms, demanding firms pay a fair share of tax where the actual economic activity and value creation take place, and that the income from taxes is fairly distributed across all the member states. We can see here President Trump called this tax unfair and proposed a new wave of tariffs on French products specifically. We can see that France, adopted this new tax policy, or a new tax policy, that set out the target large technology companies like Apple and Google, adding a 3% tax, as we can see here, in revenues generated in France exclusively. So something to consider, guys. Now, does this have to do with anything, XRP? No, not necessarily. But in terms of, digital economy, in terms of cryptocurrency, in terms of true automation via smart contracts to receive payments in real time, to deduct and pay your taxes in real time, it does. And that is what I'm referring to. The Internet of Value, letting information, not letting value move just like information does today. So let me know your thoughts down below, guys. If you have any insights for anybody in Europe, let me know if you see this coming sooner than later. I know that a lot of European countries, at least some, not like the US, instead of getting paid every 2 weeks, some countries actually get paid per month, which is crazy to me, guys. We should be paid at least, once a week, or at least at the end of the day. And I think that future is coming sooner than later. Hopefully we're paid in real time. I mean, in the next decade, that would be ideal. But again, guys, let me know your thoughts down below, and I will see you in the next video.